Thank you for joining me today for my capstone presentation. My name is Carolyn Smith. I am a candidate for Master of Public Administration at the College of Charleston. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the history of my career and my education journey. In 2015, I graduated with a Bachelor of Social Work degree. I knew by the end of that journey that I was not going to be a good fit for DSS and emergency service provision. It was not going to be a good environment for me. So I moved to Spartanburg to join the Vistas in the Piedmont program. There I gained some experience by working with the Housing Authority and with the nonprofit Community Development Corporation. So I got to see two different spheres of the nonprofit world. By the end of that journey, I knew that I did not enjoy working in the Housing Authority, but I did enjoy the flexibility and the fast pace of the nonprofit. And I hope to work towards the executive track once I had more experience. I stayed at the nonprofit for about 6 years in a full-time position, learning and becoming part of a community, both personally and professionally. The most important thing I learned was how to operate in a diverse environment. The picture on the left is a friend and coworker who took the time to teach me about the culture and norms of the population we worked with, giving me much needed context to understand our neighbors and how to do our job well. After a few years, I recognized that some of the problems we were working on were actually symptoms of larger issues, but I didn't have the skills to identify what those issues were or how to begin solving them. So I came to the College of Charleston MPA program. This is the program where my supervisor had gotten her education, so I knew that it would be a good choice to learn more about the field that I love. Everything that I learned here in the MPA program really clicked from the start. It really helped to begin filling the gap between the view of a service provider and the solutions to the community's problems that we were working on. During this time, the organization I worked for was growing. I was able to lead an AmeriCorps member in the direct service part of my job. I hoped that we'd be able to train him to take over some of that. But unfortunately, that did not happen. Our leaders felt that other programming was of higher priority at that time. Fortunately, our AmeriCorps member found his dream job anyway, and he is doing well. However, I was reaching a point where my experience was starting to exceed my current position. So while staying in the MPA program, I started looking for other opportunities. And I found that at this point, I was actually feeling prepared for these opportunities. In the past, I had not been able to find jobs that I truly felt prepared for, but with the new knowledge and new skills I was gaining under the MPA program, I really knew what types of work I was looking forward to and what types of work I did not want to do. So in June of this year, I started a position with United Way of the Piedmont, managing the AmeriCorps and AmeriCorps Vista programming, the very programming that brought me to Spartanburg in the first place and introduced me to the nonprofit world. My new role includes as much teaching as it does managing. I direct 2 AmeriCorps Vista leaders, as well as managing the curriculum for up to 40 AmeriCorps and Vistas throughout the year, giving me the opportunity to teach as well as direct. This was a big transition for me. It really feels like I have moved on to a new sphere that is somehow both easier and harder at the same time. But many of my coworkers are also MPAs, so we share a common knowledge. One of the balancing acts that I'm working through is learning to teach the Vistas who are starting off at the beginning of their career with less practical experience. So the issues that we're working on are something that MPAs are very passionate about, but they're also very high level and very complex. So I've had to learn how to bring that down to the level of a new professional. In the future, I hope to stay a little while honing my leadership skills with the United Way of the Piedmont and eventually go on to a PhD program to further my education and also spend some time working in research and academia. Thank you for listening today. I hope that you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.